Hello, friends, and welcome back to Artifact Adventure number 13. Starting off, as is tradition, in the castle town. Check out our equipment. Make sure everybody's looking good. Everybody's full of healing water. Should be good to go. Head off to the city to stock up, because today we're going on a long adventure. Today will be a long episode, so sit back and enjoy. Fully stocked up at this point on the water. We're going to head all the way to Iluta. You might remember in this city, a lot going on, but we finished most of our quests here. So we're going to be journeying off. Using the magic of Wing Traveler, we can travel at twice the speed. Add to that my fancy editing techniques to speed up our video. Down here, you might recall, the crabs are at war. We cleared one half of the dungeon, but now let's go check out the other half. As you stare at the waving claws, thoughts enter your mind. The Hari King has fallen. Our victory is at hand. Claw. So, we killed the rival crabs. These guys have heard of the death of their king, but we're not taking sides in this war. No, sir. We are here for both crabs' delicious meats. You might remember as well there was a chest we were unable to open behind the king crab, letting me know that there's likely an alternative ending to this quest. Now, I left these battles in. These are the two battles you encounter here. A single crab or a double crab. That's pretty much it. So I edited out the rest. Tricky little double battle there where you get in a battle, move a step, get in a second battle. I hate that. Pretty common, actually, in old JRPGs. Where you take a step, you're in a battle, you take one step, and like the battle RNG just decides that's where your next battle is going to be. So we have an artifact here. The Giant Shield. Protects all your allies. This is actually a pretty neat artifact. I imagine you can visualize the equivalent from other Dragon Quest-esque games. Basically, it's full party defense up. So that's cool. That's great in boss battles. I end up trying to use it to, dare I say, ill effect. Usually the battles are over before I get a chance, but I believe in some battles it does play a big difference. So here we've got the second Crab King. Let's just get ready for him. Heal up a little bit here. Thoughts into your mind. What is a human doing in a place like this? I'm just here for your meat. You're not planning to take our meat, are you? Did you not hear what I just said? Of course your answer's gotta be yes. Now I suspect if you say no, you might be able to bargain with him, get the chest behind him, get a key to access it. Maybe he'll thank you for killing the rival king. But, unfortunately, I took the easy way out. I had a quest from a human in town. And I decided that the human's quest to get the delicious crab meat may be a little bit more important than the crab people's rich history of warring with their neighbor clan and blah, blah, blah. No, we're going for the meat. So we have a boss battle here. You might notice we're taking a lot of damage, but we're dishing it out too. And in fact, that seems to be the case with a lot of bosses I've noticed here in the mid to mid-late game. It's a DPS race. It really is. You can drop the heal water, or you can use the spells. Your spells are pretty weak at this point for healing. So it's a DPS race. Beat him down. Death's Path. By the way, amazing, still loving this artifact. Perhaps the greatest artifact find because it stops the perpetual beatdown on the way out of dungeons. So with the second meat in hand, take a rest at the end. You never know if there's going to be a boss fight or something. You can never be sure, so might as well heal up. Drop a save as well. Oh, wonderful, you bought Kara crab meat. Thanks. Here you go. 10K. Pretty good. Thank you for getting both types of meat. Now I can finally get on with creating a culinary masterpiece this town can be proud of. This is your reward. So for getting both meats, you get a second reward. It's the Katana. Which actually, I'm a big fan of katanas. Obviously, as someone living in Asia, I must have some interest in Asian culture, and the, I've called it the most well-known, but likely the most well-known Asian weapon is the katana, Japanese-style sword. Speed goes way up, defense goes down, and we could equip it here, take a big defense hit. At some point when you're using the parrying dagger, you have to cut your losses. The parrying dagger's defense bonus is huge. It really is. Plus 30 defense, often that's better than the armor you're using. But if you hold it for too long, your attack will never increase. And the defense, when you're doing DPS battling, which is kind of how, like I was mentioning before, the game gets, you kind of have to give up a little defense for a little offense. So with that complete, we take a moment, speed up our character, and we go on to new pastures. That's right. Remember this? Thanks to that idiot, it almost got out. No response. Looks like he's dead. He's dead, Jim. He's still dead, Jim. Not only that, but the dead man rose up, drew weapons, and attacked us. What? So they killed him and he came back? So it was that nature-loving freak who kept attacking us. Still dead. I never imagined it would come to this. Anyway, thanks to the berry. Here. It's not a lot. Yeah, it is. 25k. Now I can finally head back to the castle. So this quest is complete. Remember we got the berries previously. The poison berries to kill the beast. The thing that kind of, I talked to that guy again, and I talked to them all, and I kind of try to get in here because you can't actually examine the beast. And we just head on out. Just keep moving. The guy rose up and attacked again. I don't get that. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But that got me thinking about these guys. So runes are regenerating. The guy stood back up and attacked again. And here we got another jar goblin because I'm at night now. Don't forget to visit areas in the day and night. So we've already explored this area quite a bit. I come back to look through it again because that story of the guy who rose back up got me thinking maybe there's something here I missed. So I speeded up here because we've already seen me explore the town a bunch of times. We've seen the long straight path. You can't get in any of those doors. We've already checked. This one, there's nothing in the cell. Back down here again. Fishman again. He's still alive. We're basically one or two shotting him. And the fallen villager is getting back up. You feel a chill run down your spine. So there's nothing to do here. We just keep fighting him. Again and again and again. I don't know what to tell you. I still haven't figured out what to do with this. I don't know. No clue. There's nothing here. I don't know. I've got no idea. I've got absolutely no idea. And at this point, I just fight. Why not? Just beat him up a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. Gets back up. Sure runs down his spine. He's weak. You can kill him in 1 or 2 hits. He never moves. So I get out of here. I speed it up so you guys don't have to watch me leave again. No clue. I'm still unsure. If anybody knows what to do here, check all the spots. I'm just checking the walls, There's nothing in this village and nothing here. Check the barrels, check around the house. I don't know. No clue. Maybe this is a quest I messed up. Or perhaps it's something you'll come back to later. I'm not sure. This guy's sleeping. I figure maybe he can help us. Remember, he was the one who was caught by them that I helped escape. I helped him to escape. So we talked to him in the day. I never should have gone to that town, no matter how good the fishing is. That's all he says. And that guy's like, oh, I guess we came back. And these guys don't know anything about the fishing village, of course. So I think at this point, 10 minutes in, we've completed every quest at this city. I think the city is now, quote-unquote, finished. And when an area is finished in an open world RPG, that just means you've got a choice. Where would you like to go today? Where would you like to go today? And honestly, I don't know. So I kind of come back down here. I'm just checking around. We've been here before. The treasure chest's open. This is the where there's dark, there must be light. The poison and the artifacts are linked. You can't get rid of one without the other. We've already talked to this guy. Nothing new here. So I just kind of click past it, of course. Head back out. At this point, I don't travel anywhere without the special Wind Traveler spell. It's so much more convenient. And here you can see there's a tower. Haven't been here yet. It's kind of been looming. So I figure now is a good time to show up to this tower. Now we'd heard the towers are sort of the center. There's 3 of them. And they're sort of the center of the Swamp King's evil power. Upon entering this tower, we are met with what is my bane. This is my Achilles heel in RPGs. A puzzle that you have to sort of map out an area to solve. Now, I keep this in, but don't worry, you don't get to see the whole thing. I actually spend about 45 minutes on this puzzle, and that's a little embarrassing to admit, because I try to do it in my head. Don't do what I did. And in fact, in the next episode, I'll have a map for you. It's not going to be a good map, but it's a map. I'll put it up on the screen so you can see how to get through this puzzle. And then I'll actually walk through it from beginning to end. So if you're following along, you won't have the same trouble I have here. But I keep some of the battles in just to show what happens in this puzzle. I get worn down. I get beaten down slowly, which tends to be the case in these areas. There is some good treasure for those who explore. You know, some of it is equal to what we have now. Some of it's a little worse, but has elemental properties. We currently have a frost shield on. The flame shield. Oh my gosh! Just learn how to say the word. The flame shield is about equal, but it protects against the opposite. So I don't know which one's better. We're in the desert, so I'm thinking like flame shield's probably, gonna be good. But then the flame shield repels the ice attacks, and the frost shield repels the fire attacks. So I kind of got it backwards. You don't usually think of it that way, but oh well, such is life. Going through here, each area, each little, I should call it like a little hollowed out building, has 4 exits. The ones on the corner each have 2. And the quicksand moves you chaotically. If you move out the left exit, you don't always go farther left. You move out the right exit, you don't always go farther right. You move out the northern exit, it usually doesn't take you straight north, as you can see here. So, because of this, the pattern is pretty hard to figure out. And in fact, I would argue there is no pattern. It's simply trial and error. Which, some people say makes the puzzle a little worse. People like logical puzzles. I like logical puzzles. I can solve Rubik's Cubes, that kind of stuff. But doing maps like this, my brain shuts down. I'm like, try all the options. And here I learned that you actually, can get back to the beginning. But alas, my patience are running thin at this point. I can't figure out where to go. It becomes frustrating. It really does. It becomes exceptionally frustrating. And you're going to have to sit here through this a little longer. My apologies. I should have probably edited some more of this out. But let's use this time to actually recap on where we are so far. This is the first tower we've been to. There's supposed to be 3 towers. In each tower, people in the first town, in the castle if I'm not mistaken, told us that each tower has an artifact, and the artifacts empower the Swamp King. And so, it's implied, although not actually fully stated, that you need to beat the towers to weaken the Swamp King enough to stand a chance against him. Now you might notice, you might remember I should say, from previous adventures, that the captain of the guards in the first area had mentioned that he fought against the Swamp King, and if we couldn't beat him, we didn't stand a chance against the Swamp King. I'm going to guess that when he fought the Swamp King had all 3 towers activated, all the artifacts were in place, and therefore it makes sense that he was beaten back. And if we can beat him, yeah, it might make sense that we could beat the Swamp King. And I speed it up here because at this point, I think I've shown enough of what this puzzle entails. And it's so frustrating to be bad at this kind of puzzle and to just fail miserably at it. At this point, I'm like, I'm just gonna, just gonna brute force my way through it. It doesn't work. You can't really brute force your way through this puzzle. As I mentioned before, I will show the solution in the next video. Look forward to that, which will continue off in this tower. We don't make it any farther. So today we actually did quite a bit. We managed to get the meat from the crab. We managed to deliver the poison berry to kill off the beast, and learned that something was strange about that environmentalist villager guy. So at this point, I would like to thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it a ton. Let me know what you think of the series so far, if you're enjoying what you're seeing. Let me know what you'd like me to play next, because I think this game is getting pretty close to its final chapters, let me just say. I'm going to go ahead and say probably 10 more episodes, maybe 12, and this game will likely be complete. I don't think we're going to be doing a second playthrough of it. There are a lot of differences between playthroughs, for sure. I'm not sure if there's enough differences to warrant a second go, though. So let me know what you'd like to see next. And first off, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support you've been giving me thus far. Appreciate it a ton. Give the video a thumbs up if this is something you're interested in seeing more of in the future. Feel free to subscribe for more videos like this. And take care. Have a good one. Do me a favor. Stay classy. And I'll see you then.